This segment is brought to you by Trap Chevrolet. We're always on your side.
Hey everybody, welcome back into Bayou Time. I am Harry McCullough. You got grandkids or kids, you've heard Let It Go, and that's of course the Frozen theme. South Louisiana Center for the Arts is presenting Disney's Frozen Kids. It's directed by Sean Felger Moylan, assistant directed by Emma Zarang. It's going to be on November 14th, 15th, and 16th at the Bayou Land YMCA. The first two shows will be at 7 p.m. on the 14th and 15th. 16th is a matinee. Will be at 2 p.m. You can get tickets and see more information at solaarts.com. So great to have the cast here. So we do have Sean Felger Moylan, the directors. Thanks for being here. We appreciate it. And we got Luke Rodrigue, who is Olaf, and we also have Parker Adams, who's Kristoff. Guys, we appreciate y'all being here. And tell me about this production. You guys been working hard as you get ready for it?
Yes, we have been, the kids have been practicing since mid-August, and we meet once a week for about 2 to 3 hours, and we practice all the different little scenes, all the different songs. I also taught theater for a while, so I also mix in a little bit of theater teaching while we're in rehearsals.
So you were an arts kid yourself too,
yes,
right? So
yes,
you
I
can
was.
bring that experience with you and help these guys out. But talking to them, there's a lot of experience on the stage too, right? So
yes.
Tell me about bringing together a crew like this.
So the kids at this age, yes, 30 kids, ranging in ages from 8 to 12. This is actually the age group that I taught. I was a teacher before I got into theater and doing musical theater stuff as far as teaching it goes. And it's just a really great age group. They really like to get more experience and get more involved in the theater at this age. And it's really nice to see them blossoming and kind of change into a different character when they're on the stage.
Yeah, look, you got a lot of working parts there, man. Just watching y'all practice right here. It's pretty cool. And so, Luke, let's talk about you. And you've been a vet at this. You've done 6 or 7 of these plays. Tell me about getting ready to do a Frozen event.
It takes a lot of practice, and you have to really make sure you know what you're doing and know your lines and know the songs. And the costumes are also a big part of it.
Yeah. So Olaf is a snowman. Mm-hmm. So what's that working with a costume like that?
Hard, because it's a big bodysuit with a head, and we're having some troubles with the headpiece because it's squishing my cheeks, and then it's covering my eyes, so...
You got to suffer for art, man. That's one of the first lessons of art.
Right? Yes, costumes.
I got you. Parker, tell me about your role as Kristoff. Same kind of deal. You learning how to, do things. You got experience in plays as well?
Yeah, I've done maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 7 too. Plays throughout my since 5th grade. So yeah, I'm pretty experienced with theater.
Yeah, Luke was telling me about we're off the book, I guess. So that's a term when you guys are doing lines and you're reading them. Yeah. What was that day like? Were you prepared for it and you guys ready to go on next weekend?
I was prepared. I only didn't know the few lines that we just learned that week. But other than that, I knew all my lines and I was good.
Yeah, that's cool. So, Luke, as we take a look, like I said, you've done this before. You guys practice a lot. Y'all have done all that. Doing a play like Frozen where everybody probably knows every word that's going to be in the audience, what's that like for a member?
It's funny because I get to experience with the crowd, and I'm going to ask some questions, and I'm scared if I get an answer I don't want to hear.
So Sean, tell me about that. So I didn't know there was a question and answer.
Yeah, so basically I've actually directed this show before at my old school in Destrehan. And I had to add some lines, or I had to add some minutes because we had some really quick costume changes and they weren't getting their costumes on in enough time. And so there's a part where Anna and Olaf are going to look for Kristoff, and I added into the show where they're going to go kind of through the audience and they're going to ask them, have you seen Kristoff? And there's some funny, I don't want to ruin it, but there's some funny things that we're adding to it that if you have seen the movies, Frozen 1 and 2, you'll kind of hear some things.
Easter eggs.
Yes.
Yeah, I got you. So you're going to have make sure you plant the question so you know what's coming when you do it.
Yes.
Sean, let's talk about working with guys like this and the rest of the crew we're about to meet. But people that are experienced and they know what they're doing a little bit, that's got to be a help to it, right?
Yes, it definitely is. And even if you're not experienced in it, just to see kids enjoy theater so much, because I know I didn't have something like SOLA growing up. It wasn't until I got to Vanderbilt, and that's when, they were putting on a musical, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good idea. And it was Into the Woods. And so my first role was Rapunzel in Into the Woods in 8th grade. And so I was a little bit older than some of the kids in this show. So it's really nice to have that for them.
Yeah, Parker, you do anything? I mean, you don't be typecast, but you'll do anything when it comes to SOLA arts?
I don't really care what role I get, as long as I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, and Luke, same way? Yeah, and you'll be singing too, right? Mm-hmm. And yours is more of a speaking role, but man, awesome. And doing it at YMCA, is that a big advantage, or?
You know what?
Tough?
I am not 100% certain yet. This is my first show with SOLA, so first time doing it at the Y. So there'll be some surprises, but I'm sure it'll all work out.
All right. Again, that'll be on the 14th, 15th, and 16th at the YMCA, 7 p.m., and 2 p.m. We got more cast members to come, so we'll take a break. We'll be right back on More Bayou Time after this.
This segment was brought to you by Trap Chevrolet. We're always on your side.
Everybody, welcome back to Bayou Time. Harry McCullough here. We're part 2 of the Frozen play that'll be happening on the November 14th, 15th, and 16th at the YMCA. It's the South Louisiana Center for the Performing Arts is putting it on. There'll be 3 shows, 7 p.m. on the 15th, and then a matinee on the 16th. Go to solaarts.com for more information. 3 more cast members. Stella Hunter is Anna. Welcome aboard. Emerson McElroy is playing Elsa, and Cooper Guidry is playing Hans. So, guys, thanks for being here. Now, you guys are y'all going to be singing a lot, right? All 3 of you said we're 3 parts. Tell me about preparing for that, and not only just knowing lines, not only knowing where to be, but now you got to sing. So tell me about that battle.
Well, it's kind of difficult because with so many practices, you have to sing at all the practices, and it's pretty tough on your voice sometimes. So you have to kind of be gentle, but also try to sing full out. So you're showing the directors that you're working really hard. So it can get difficult at sometimes, when you're trying to balance keeping your voice safe, but also working really hard.
Sure. And I guess all 3 of you guys have all been in plays before. Y'all,
Yes, sir.
like your mates there that we talked to earlier. Emerson, tell me about Elsa. And I guess same kind of deal. Elsa is kind of, that's the one every kid is for Halloween and, wants to do it. It really took over to particularly, to Let It Go song. Tell me about that and playing this role. It's a big deal, I guess, huh?
I've been doing theater since I was 9 or 10, and this is my first lead role, and it makes me so happy because I've worked so hard for it, and I love Elsa so much. I was Elsa 5 years for Halloween when I was little, and I'm just so grateful for this and just the friendships that I've made. And
yeah, I bet you didn't have to memorize the lines, huh? I bet you knew that song by heart.
Oh yeah.
So that's a pretty good part there. Hey Cooper, what about Hans? And Hans, and not to give things away, but Hans has a turn here as the play goes on. So tell me about playing Hans and playing a role like that where you sing so much.
Well, it's really fun because Hans is the villain.
Oh,
and,
okay, we could say that. We didn't want
Oh.
to. That's all
And
right.
I like how at the beginning you think he's a good guy and then he kind of like turns.
Yeah.
And the singing, it took a while, but I'm starting to like get it.
So let me talk about, the discipline of singing and tell me about your voice lessons, working with that. What's the most important thing? And everybody always says, we got to sing from the diaphragm, get the pressure off your throat. So how do you feel about that? Is that what you've been working on?
Yeah, I guess so. It's also like breathing in between because sometimes you forget to breathe and then it starts sounding weird.
Right. And Elsa, I'm sorry, Emerson, I guess the same question, but if you start singing through your throat and trying to sing to all the people out there, instead of worrying about what you're singing and being professional about it,
Right.
it can make a difference, right?
Yes, 100%.
So, and you said it's your first lead, so tell me how you prepared differently.
Well, I was actually sick during my audition, and I did a lot of vocal steaming with like a vocal steamer, nebulizer. I ate honey. I drank a lot of water. Also, vocal rest. That's so important. It's just so key, like, into warming up my voice also. There's a lot to it, and it's a process, but if you do it enough, it'll get you there.
Right. And you guys are all a little older, right? You're all 12, so kind of older. Do you feel responsible for the younger guys that are there? Like, hey, let's be good examples for them.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like sometimes it's hard because you want to like play sometimes and goof off, but it's kind of nice like being one of the older ones because it's kind of nice having like the responsibility and kind of having them like look up to you in a way. So yeah, it's nice.
What about school and going to school? Do you work at school? Do you do plays at school too?
I don't do plays at school, but my school does have like a theater group that in the future I might do some plays with, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, same for you guys. Same deal. Trying to juggle school and plays and stuff. Pretty tough.
Yes.
Is this something you guys want to kind of do down the road, or you just kind of test it out and see where it goes? Huh?
Yeah.
I see everybody shaking, right? Are you guys working now? Social media, TikTok, those kind of things, to kind of get reps of doing these kind of things?
Yes.
Is that something you have to do nowadays? And then you could be like Justin Bieber, right? You put something on YouTube, and next thing you know, you're singing, right? So, what is your style, Parker? Let me go back to you. I'm sorry, Cooper. Let me go back to your style. Do you have a style of singing, or you just do whatever is asked of you?
Well, once I find out what I'm doing, I start like listening to stuff kind of like that to help me like know what to do.
Are you hoarse, or you have a deeper voice?
I have a deeper voice.
I got you. And Elsa, I guess too, it's got to be the right key, or you can find yourself singing like the girl that actually sang it.
I get a lot of inspiration from Idina Menzel. I try to pronounce my words like she does because like there's like little kids who are coming to the show and I want them to think that's Elsa. Like,
Right.
and it's just,
Okay.
it's,
I got you. Well, Emerson, Stella, Cooper, guys, break a leg. Best of luck to you guys. Again, it'll be on November 14th, 15th, and 16th at the YMCA. We'll be right back with more Bite Time right after this.
This segment was brought to you by Cypress Stop, home of the happy customer.